another race recap. Thanks for joining me. Today we're at the Restart Esports Invitational, the first race of the series. So let's get underway. We're on the Sand and Sequoias route, 3 laps. It's an elite field full of teams that have been invited by the Restart racing team. So I'm lucky enough to have got a spot on the BL13 team that I've been doing the elite racing with this season. And yeah, the routes here, 3 laps of Sand and Sequoias. It's a pretty flat route, so expecting a lot of the race to stay together. I had to wake up at this one at 1:40 a.m. It was a 3 a.m. start, so it's never good. The legs are never quite as poppy as they are in the evening, especially when it's not one that it's not like a world champs or something like that. So taking you through the first lap was pretty straightforward. A group of two went off the front with one of the Fujri guys and Nikki Hug. So they opened up out to about a 30-second lead, but the pack rolling speed with some of these strong riders was enough to bring them back. Lap 2 had a sprint point for Beast Mode series points. I can't recall what the winner gets there, but I wanted to get myself in the mix and keep myself in the running for that competition. So I thought I looked like I was in a decent position coming up to the top of Titans Grove here on lap 2. You can see me up around 700 watts. I'm probably going to hit the front a little too early here, but we're not that far from the finish line. Simon Walters up the front there. Niall, I don't know how to say that. I'm going to say Niall, like Niall from Norway. He has way too much power for me, and Nikki comes past as well. I think I get fourth, top three get points, so a waste of energy there. But good to kind of open the legs up and see where we're at. I still wasn't feeling great, but this route's pretty accessible for all riders. Lap 3, things started to string out. You can see that group ahead. It was almost like 20 riders, I think. But this second group had some really high caliber riders in it, and I assumed that we would pick them back off. Now, it was a steady kind of period through this desert here. Like, it wasn't easy, but I had faith that with some of the guys in this group, that group there wouldn't get away. I had some key riders to watch at this stage, actually. I'll put a list of probably my 5 riders to watch before the race up here, and this was one of them. I thought if there was ever going to be a move go on the last lap, this man here might be someone to do it. So here I managed to literally just sneak across to his wheel, and the pack didn't really respond for quite a while. A couple of guys do. So Philpott from Wahoo responds, and I saw he's won some ZRLs maybe lately. So and likes breakaways. So the composition of these breaks is starting to get a little bit favourable. So I'm looking to get in that race winning move today. And again, I'm not burning too many matches. I haven't went to the front. I'm just kind of keeping my eyes peeled in case it's the move that might stick. And then if it was, I'd obviously be willing to put in some work to make it happen. I think at some point here, maybe Dean Cunningham shuts this one down from memory. I think I remember seeing him go to about 10 watts a kilo in a second to close up this 2 or 3 second gap from the 4 of us that we've started to open up. There goes Dean there. And that quickly gets shut down. But a few K later, there was another one. And this one was really dangerous because they were teammates. So JP and, Niall. I don't know. Sorry, apologies if that's not the way to say it. They started sending it, and I thought these two are 2 guys that are strong enough to possibly be able to stay away, especially because they're teammates here. They're going to be working together. So I get across, get onto the wheel, and just again, I sit in. They're teammates. They can do the work. If it's going to be something of note, then we're happy to get amongst it. But for now, I'm just going to let them kind of see if they can establish the gap. And this starts to cause a bit of concern in the main bunch. So back, you can see Tugles going orange right there. that's serious daunt as well. Both of those boys, teammates, when they sense danger, they're going to try and get themselves amongst it, and Duffy as well. So they're probably the three other guys that I was looking out for, and they're all on the chase. Jeffrey, Milor as well. So all the guys that are probably the favourites for this race are on the move here. It's looking a bit dangerous as we're heading into the Titans Grove com for the third time of asking. But it all comes back together. Again, I don't feel like I expended a super amount of energy doing this. Probably not much more than anyone did in the pack. Um, anyway, and here we're coming up over the top of Titans. I didn't find this too difficult at all. There's one rider off the front. I think it's Philpott. And I thought, okay, cool. We're set for a sprint finish. And literally in the last 15 seconds of this KOM, individual riders just went off the front, never to be seen again. So I'm sitting in the group with some of the real kind of big dogs, and one by one they go. So I think there's two Wahoo riders, maybe Ruben. I think is the last one to jump across. He's got such good race sense on Zwift. Perfect move by him to know that that was the moment that was gonna matter. There's Ruben there, so he finishes in the front group. He's just off the front at that point, um, and those five sail away to the victory. So hats off to those guys. I'm disappointed I missed the move because I felt like I was looking out for that race winning move the whole second half of the race. So to miss it is disappointing. Here coming into the sprint, it's my first kind of field sprint in a while on Zwift against a field of this caliber, and I just found myself too far forward. I was sitting at a steady, decent amount of watts, but the guys from behind hit it too much speed, and as I start to kind of reel them in, it's too late. So I'll learn from this one. I had okay numbers, but I'm a bit disappointed in the sprint. I know what I need to do next time. It's 13th place for me for the first race of the season. Um, Room to move. It was a decent little race. I didn't find it too difficult, which is kind of what you want at 3 a.m. in the morning. But it'll be good practice for me for some of the big races to come. The BL13 guys, I think our top three were 12th, 13th, and 15th. So a solid performance from the fellas. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you out there in the next one. Cheers.